It would appear that not without Meghan. That is, of course, the rallying cry of the one-time royal himself, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. But what is it without Meghan? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Thank you also for your lovely comments about the Duchess of Duke Street. Yes, Rosa Lewis. If you haven't checked that story out yet, go and have a look. Real royal history in the making. Fascinating stuff. And as a lot of you commented as well, and it's so true, isn't it, when we say this, it's truly all there in the history books. You just have to look back. And the bottom line is nothing is new. It just repeats itself in different forms, in different sort of ideas. But the bottom line is the story remains the same. If you've done something a little bit naughty, at some point it will come out. Of course, with Prince Harry, it came out quite literally, didn't it? All of it in his best-selling autobiography, Spare. I mean, really, he didn't leave any stone unturned. As we've told you before, I do think he's incredibly brave to return in many respects. Some might say just kind of foolish, idiotic, stupid. But, you know, I think it's kind of brave in some respects to return back to the family that we so publicly trashed. Not just in your book, but in docu-series as well. And then expect them to somehow say, oh, all's forgiven, come back. That's the problem, of course, with Prince Harry. He's seemingly this, you see. He really wants his cake and eat it too, as they say. And what was interesting was, as we've now found out, the king himself was more than willing to, shall we say, make amends, show that he could be the bigger person, and was rather keen and thrilled that his youngest son would now be attending the coronation. But according to a very good source, it went a stage further than that. And the bottom line is, well, William is very much against this, shall we say, reconciliation, whichever way you may look at it. The other side of the coin is simply this. Now, what King Charles wanted to do was to have his youngest son at his side, not necessarily literally, but in the royal enclosure for the concert on the 7th of May out at Windsor Castle. Going to be all the big names there, Bryn Terfel, Lionel Richie, Katy Perry. You know, he kind of felt this was an ideal way where the public may, of course, be a little bit more embracing. Harry alone, back to what he does best, meeting the public, meeting stars backstage, that sort of thing. Well, according to a very good source, as we told you before, Harry and Meghan saw themselves as perhaps ambassadors, maybe even introducing one or two of the acts on stage to really groundswell their alleged diminishing popularity. That wasn't forthcoming, so according to that good source, Prince Harry has very politely declined and said that this will be a flying visit of 36 hours because he wishes to go back to see his eldest child, Prince Archie, celebrate his birthday. Strange indeed, isn't it? Because could there be a bigger celebration, a massive concert for your grandfather in the grounds of your ancestral home, Windsor Castle, to celebrate such an historic birthday and an historic occasion? Seemingly without Meghan, Harry, like super glue without a lid, does not want to be together. And so very nicely, allegedly, and very politely, he said, without Meghan, it would be a no, as ever, allegedly. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.